Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening and welcome to our call for tonight. And so we are, I think it's maybe, let's see, what's 7:01. So we will go ahead and dive in. If you have any questions, you can write them here in the box. As you know, what I've been doing over the last few weeks is to really make this so that this is going to be for you. So please feel free to write any questions that you have in. I'll do the best that I can to answer them. If I cannot answer them, I will try to do that next week or the next time we get together. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. So I've got a question here from Jim. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my camera because I'm not necessarily recording this for PLR, so I don't think there's a problem having my mug on here. So so good evening to you all. So let me see if I can make sure I see Jim's question. And so let's see. What is your let's see if I can just copy the whole thing. Okay, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put this in. I'm going to go ahead and put this in a notepad, and then I think everybody can then see it then. Okay, so let me just get that question in here. Let me copy this entire question. I'll copy it and let's put it in notepad. All right. Okay, so hopefully you can see the question. And let's see. Okay, so what is your opinion on my adding a course to Udemy? I've seen people I respect over the years withdraw their courses from Udemy, but never explain why. What do you think the upsides are in terms of increased traffic to the membership site? What do you think are the downsides? My concern is that the reviews can be brutal if I don't update the videos every time Aweber does an update, or people criticize the fact that I don't cover every aspect of Aweber. I would add all the videos to, okay, yeah. Okay, good question. You know, there are also sites like Skillshare and Teachers Pay Teachers. Okay, so there are a couple of upsides to, you know, actually being on Udemy, and the real upside is, and I think that the answer to that is, do you think your customer is going to be there? Because the only reason to go to Udemy is going to be that the people are going to be interested in you after having seen the course, and they're going to want to be involved with you more, and they're going to come over and join your list. So if you have a sense that your customer base is going to be there, then that's a good reason to have a course there. So you do then have to be willing then to be part of the culture. And so that means then that, yeah, you're gonna need to do some updates. You're gonna need to be a little more on top of Udemy. I'm sorry, on top of whatever subject you're gonna be. So I would say that you may want to go a little broader. You may want to talk about autoresponders in general, and then you can then say, you know, as Aweber does updates, I'll do updates, but you could go broader and then cover all of them, or you can just kind of be there. But the only reason to be on any of those sites is that the people that are going to join your membership site and they're going to want to pay you on a recurring basis, that they're going to be there. Now, the thing is that you're not going to be able to tell until you do it. And so I think that most people kind of take down their sites and take down their courses from Udemy because of the revenue model. So in other words, they don't necessarily like the rules that they've got to follow for the revenue they're getting from Udemy. Now, you're not doing it for that. So you're really doing it for the leads. You're really doing that to try to be in these places to attract your customer. So that may not be the right course to put there. You may want to put another course there, or you can shrink the scope of the course. So in other words, you can talk about an aspect of the course, and then you can say, that once a person kind of gets inside of your marketing funnel, that you've got an entire list that you can say to those people. You may have come to me from Udemy. Um, I have, you know, obviously what you want is the more expanded course. You want everything that I've taught on this subject. This is where you're going to be able to find out more about it. Now, I don't think that what Udemy wants you to do is to use Udemy as a sales platform. So you're not going to be able to do that inside the course on Udemy. So you're not going to be able to say, I think you might be able to do one video that's a sales video. So you may do one video where you're going to talk about the other aspects of the larger course that's outside of there, but that kind of gets into some sticky area with Udemy. And so you have to kind of be careful about that. But again, if you go to Udemy and it's for traffic, and let's say they kick you off because you're not following the rules, you haven't lost anything. And so but as long as you're willing to go there and be part of the culture, whatever that is, I think that does mean that you're more of an instructor. So it's not just a place for you to place your course and for people to go there for you to earn money passively by people going there and watching the course and then moving on to another course. I think it's really for people who want to be more like a coach, and they're using Udemy in order to do that and meet their customers. Um, One upsell, I guess, from that would be, you know, that you're more of a person that's going to be coaching people, that you're more of a person that's going to be guiding people, and you're sort of meeting them there. So that might be one aspect of doing it. So I think in terms of Udemy, the only way to find out is to put some of your course there, is to kind of shrink the scope of the course, and then you know, you can always expand the course, you know, as time goes on. Or, you know, if it doesn't work the way you like it to work, then you can always kind of pull it down and just use some of the other sources that you might find in order to be, you know, available. Because what you're trying to do is take advantage of their marketplace concept, and you're trying to take advantage of the fact that they're going to promote you, and they're going to promote your course to some degree, and they're going to try to bring you some of the traffic that's already there. And if there are not a lot of people that are doing courses there on Udemy, on Aweber, then it can be a good thing. But so I guess my answer is kind of half and half. You're going to have to test it. You're going to have to determine if it's going to be worth your time, and the only way to really do that is going to be to get there and to figure out what the right mix is going to be. Right now, if there are not a lot of people there who are teaching on Aweber, it can be a good thing, right? So if people are looking for information, they find it there, and you're the only person there, there are going to be some pluses and minuses. Most of those things are going to be pluses because you're the only one there, or you're one of a few there who are actually teaching that, right? So again, I think in order to really know and really determine, um, I think you're just going to have to test it if that's where you want to be, if you have the sense that that's where your customer is going to be, right? So let me see if there's a follow-up question here. Right. Okay. Yeah. No. So yeah. So Jim, that's my feeling is that some of these platforms are going to work for you. Some of them are not. You're going to have to want to track, right, where those people are coming from, and whether or not they're coming from those sites into your marketing funnel, whether or not they actually buy something. Now, the good thing about Aweber is that you can actually use a tracking link to track that person into your Aweber, to track that person all the way to a thank you page. So you'll be able to know using the Aweber tracking whether or not the people that are coming from that list, like if you tag everybody that gets on your list from you know, from Udemy, right? So you make sure that the tag can only be applied if that person came from your Udemy, right? So you know, however you do it, and then you track that the people who have that tag to see if they go on to buy things. If if you track them and they're not buying anything, then it may not necessarily be worth your time, right? So I think it's worth investigating. Okay. All right, any other questions? That's a good question. Any other questions that maybe you might have? Let's see. Okay, since my membership site is just a WordPress website with Searchy.io and Wisdom.ai, be a good fit for people searching for videos on the membership site. Easily have over 1,000 videos. How much would that cost? What are the links to these sites again? Searchy.io. Okay, so Searchy.io, let's see, you can go there from, let's see, I've got a link here, plrshow.com / and Searchy, you spell SEARCHIE, right? So I'm going to put that in the, I'll put that in the answer box there. Okay, so Searchy is a pricey way of giving a great experience. So that is really the trade-off. So you're going to be able to give people a great experience. They're going to be able to go through each video. They're going to be able to find a place in the video where a certain thing is mentioned, and they're going to be able to refer to that video. It can make your membership more sticky because it's a great research tool. Now, the thing is going to be to get people into it and to get them using it. And so if you can get people using it, then it can make your site sticky. It's not going to do that all by itself. People are going to have to get into it, and that's going to have to be something you're going to have to lead them into. So, you know, you're going to have to make it so that people are incentivized to go in there and to use it. Once people use it, they will figure out that it is a superior experience. And if you can get people to do it, then it can be worth it to do it. Okay, so what do I think of the $29 a month service? You mean their wisdom.ai thing? Or is that what you're talking about, where they sort of give you a way of people able to query your video content? Yeah, you know, when it comes to Searchy and the wisdom.ai, I have not, I don't know about that. Uh, you know, it's kind of an interesting thing, right? Yeah, Searchy has a $29 a month option to start, and you can test it, right? You can see if it's going to work. And if it's going to work, then you can expand it, obviously, right? So you can kind of do it on a limited basis. And then if it really works, then put everything there. But the key is going to be consumption. So you have to get people in and using it to the point where they really say, wow, this is awesome. And I can't see life without this. Apart from that, it's a cool set of features, but you've got to, but people have got to really use it, right? So that really is the key. Yeah, Santu says that he'd heard that people said it's glitchy. I have not found that to be the case. I think that if you try to ask it to do too much, and so you can't ask it to do everything, and people want Searchy. The same thing is going to be true at high level, right? People ask it to do a lot, and they want it to do everything. And so if you try to make it do everything, just like everything else, it's not going to, it, they want it to do more and more, even the people that are searching. What it is a great at, right, is what it was founded on, which was providing people a way to give a searchable, a searchable experience for videos you have on your site. That is what it is awesome at. That's what it was founded on. All the other stuff that you try to make it do, that it wants to do, I say you leave that stuff aside. So if you want to provide a superior searchable experience for your customers, and you want them to go into watch a video and to search that video and to find out where you said a specific word, where a specific word is mentioned, that is what Searchy is great at, right? So and this is going to be the case with everything you do in terms of using membership software. Um, Try to make it do too much, and it's going to be glitchy. try to let it do what it was found to do, try to make it do what it specializes in, then it's awesome. I found the same thing to be true with, let's say, Optimized Press. Now, I don't use Optimized Press 3.0, but a lot of people were upset because Optimized Press 2.0 didn't do funnels correctly. Well, it wasn't made to do that. And because of that, I think people got upset about something that they tried to do and didn't do well. Case in point is ThriveCart, right? ThriveCart is a great shopping cart. It's now trying to do ThriveCart Learn, and it's trying to do some other things because they're trying to expand the number of customers that they can get and keep. ThriveCart is great at allowing you to create a private affiliate program at without the fees. If you try to start thinking about all these other things you want to do with it, that's cool. It's just that that's when it starts to get glitchy because they're trying to do some things and they're trying to innovate. Again, I'm all for that. But as an entrepreneur, you need what you rely on to work. And so that is really why I have always said that you don't want to get an all-in-one system and rely on it for everything. Get a bunch of systems, and yeah, it's more complicated, but you get it what it's good at, right? You get it and use it for what it's super good at, and use it for that. And then if you got to swap it out, swap it out. Again, now that's my philosophy. Some people believe that if you can do something like Groove, or you can do something like High Level, you can get rid of all your other stuff. Oh, I can get rid of Aweber, and I can get rid of all these other tools, and I can just pay one price. I have not found life to work like that in online marketing since I've been involved. Never have found it. So it has been my experience that Dan Kennedy's term is that at some point, somebody's going to go lame on you. So somebody's going to change their terms. Somebody's going to say, well, it used to cost this. Now we want to charge that because, maybe their costs are going up. Your only safeguard against that is not to be too tied into one thing. And that's, again, that's my take on that. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so Santu's question is a platform for hosting a video course, membership links, seems like a WordPress plugin is not such a good idea. People are suggesting Thinkific. I'm going to say Thinkific, Teachable, Learn World, they're all the same to some degree. So one's not better than the, I will tell you, again, I'm going to go ahead and give my opinion about this. One's not better than the other one. Got to pick one, stick with it, and then kind of go with that. Now, in terms of the Insider platform, it's good enough, right? You can host your videos there, and you can sell courses. So yeah, you'd have one sub account with us, right? And it doesn't necessarily have 5 free courses, but you can take any courses that you have and upload the courses there. So any of your courses, you can put there. So there's no limit on the number of courses you can put inside the course platform the Ultimate Insiders have. But now if because if you find that, it's too clunky or it doesn't fit your needs, then yeah, I mean, I would go out and get something like, I use Teachable. Now I don't use Teachable because I don't like the sub account with that we give people. I got Teachable long before I found out even about High Level, and now the only reason I have High Level is because I can give Ultimate Insiders their own account. That is the only reason I have it. If I discover tomorrow that nobody's using it and nobody wants it, I will drop it. I don't need it, right? And I will tell you that is Teachable better than Thinkific? It may be in some ways, and in some ways it is not. I think that if you've got to really kind of focus on where your customers are and what you want it to do for those customers. It's almost hard to tell what you want a platform for until you have a buying customer. So it's almost like you can't put the cart before the horse. So when you have a customer, or you have 2 customers, you got 10 customers, they will kind of dictate to you what you needed to do. Let me take a step out. Let me give you like a 50,000-foot view of Teachable. It is not a perfect platform in a lot of ways. I don't think that it's superb, but it is the best way for me able to give all of our customers who buy our PLR, because our PLR is video content, right? So I could probably get away with, I think, Vikram and Fire Launches, they use what is it, optimized press, and they use wishlist member. I could probably get away with that, and I used to use wishlist member. But one thing that because we do video PLR in particular, and our videos are all over the shoulder, I want people to be able to watch the videos. And I have not been able to find a better way of being able to deliver that experience outside of Teachable. I could use Thinkific or Learn Worlds. Those are the same. So when I say those platforms, I could use those same, but one's not better than the other one, I have found, in order for me to deliver video content. So I think what you've got to do, and so that is how I process that as a PLR, as a person that sells video PLR content, right? That's a specific use case for a specific kind of customer. And that is what I think you should be doing for your specific use case, for a specific customer. You decide on what platform is going to be best for that customer. If you try to do that beforehand, when you start to get customers, you're going to be trying to fit people into a platform that you chose before you started getting them. And I'm not saying that that can't work. I'm saying you're going to be making adjustments then. I adjusted the platform best I can to people that buy video PLR from us, right? And so yes, I know that, most of the people, they don't necessarily care to watch the course, but they can. And then a lot of people that buy our videos, before they start using it, before they download it, they will actually watch the course. And if they figure out, okay, well, I can get the Teachable mobile app, I can watch these videos offline. And what that does for me is, as a PLR user, is I can watch the course to determine how I'm going to sell it, right? So that's really why we did Teachable. And what I'm saying to you, to kind of circle back to this, is you want to choose a platform for a customer, right? And now I did have the luxury of doing that. I had been using Wishlist Member for a lot of years, and I know that I'm overspending on hosting. I know that I'm overspending for Teachable. I am overspending for this. I am overspending by having all these things. However, giving people the ability to stream the videos from the mobile app and from Teachable itself overrides the other things that I cannot do otherwise. So yes, I could probably do it with Vimeo and all the other stuff. So that's my point. My point to you is that you choose a platform, if you can, for your customer. So let's say that what you're selling is, you're selling primarily mind maps. Well, then Teachable may not be the platform for you. Let's say that what you're selling are certifications. You need to choose a platform that, for Teachable, Thinkific, I know specifically, and again, it's just really just a real off the wall example. Thinkific ties to a platform called Accredible. Accredible allows you to give people a certification. I don't know how you do the process, because I'm not interested in giving people the certification. But Thinkific integrates directly to that platform. And a person that wanted to deliver a certification experience to a specific customer, well, that would be a valuable way of being able to do that. And so you use Thinkific over Teachable. So that would be my advice, is to try to determine what platform you want to use based on what you want to deliver to a customer, sort of the customer that you want. Now, if you're sort of like at the point where you don't know who your customer is, you just got to kind of go with something. And again, if you haven't determined who the customer is, and you got to put something together, um, Teachable is not better than Thinkific. It's not better than any other ones. They're all the same. right? They're all going to basically do the same thing. Kartra, Kajabi, you can wear yourself out trying to figure out all this stuff. And you can if you go to Facebook, I guarantee you're gonna be even more confused. You go to YouTube, you're gonna be 10 times more confused because everybody's gonna say, here are the 10 things that you can do Kajabi. And you'll be like, oh man, that's awesome. And then you see somebody else, they say, oh, here are the 10 things you can do with searching. Yeah, well, that's awesome. All of that stuff will just kind of keep you from making money. And so what you got to do is pick one, right? If you don't have a customer yet, right? If right now you don't have a customer, just pick one, right? Pick one and start marketing. Pick one, get your stuff up there, start marketing, start teaching, start attracting people to get people into your marketing funnel. So again, please do not get, and again, I know this because being a technical head and getting caught in it, I spent years debating about tools. So I've done this, I've done that for it. I've done that, right? And I can tell you that none of that uh, pondering over tools was productive. None of it. Zero of it. So if right now you're watching this and you're thinking, I'm trying to figure out whether I'm going to use this platform or that platform, and you're spinning your wheels, waste your time, pick one and start marketing. Focus on the marketing, and that will kind of get you the results that you want. Okay, so let me see what other questions I have here. Okay, did I say last week that ThriveCart will keep track the affiliate stuff? Yes. So ThriveCart tracks your affiliates. They will track what you need to pay out to your affiliates. Yes. Does it pay affiliates automatically? It can. If you want to use WordPress, if you want to use PayPal. So, if that person has PayPal, then yes. If I were your affiliate, right, you'd have to pay me manually because I don't have PayPal. But most of the affiliates who are on PayPal, you could pay them automatically. You could say, you could go inside ThriveCart, you could say, well, set these guys to pay in 30 days after the refund period. You could do that. Or, in the make money online market, we don't like 30 days, right? So, make money online market, people will run you out of town. You try to pay them in 30 days. Uh, you know, we're used to getting paid in 3 days max, right? 5 days. So, that's the MMO market. But now if you're dealing with like regular people, right? When they sign up as your affiliate, you tell them, hey, you know what? You're going to get paid in 30 days after the refund period. They'll probably be accepting of that. In our market, right? The JVZoo Warrior Plus market, we don't, typically we're just not used to that, right? So that would not fly here, right? Okay, good question, Jim. Okay, so let me see. All your all-in-one systems are like having all your eggs in one basket. Okay, yep. Okay, yeah. So Jim, I use Teachable to deliver video PLR. Yes. And let's see. Am I happy with Teachable? Uh, yes and no. Uh, uh, yes, I am for what it does. I think sometimes they nickel and dime people. Something's going on with them, and I think that um, I'm ready to move if I have to. And so, I'm ready to move if I have to. I'm relatively happy with them, and have been. And I use the service, right? So I know that I'm a I wouldn't say a power user, but for what I'm paying, I get my money's worth, right? There's some people who are sort of overpaying for that service, right? It's kind of like they use it as convenient, but I am getting my money's worth for the service, right? And I'm pretty sure they're going to try to push me into a higher price plan. Even if they do that, there are ways for me to kind of, you know, monetize what they try to push me into. I've been thinking about that, but I'm relatively happy. I'm relatively happy. I'm not going to say that, they can't do something to make me mad. They can't do something that would be inconvenient. They can, right? Any platform like this can do something tomorrow to make it impossible. And sometimes people, they will do those things to kind of push people who are using too many resources for what they're paying into higher plans, right? And so if they push me into a higher plan, I would still be getting getting my money's worth, right? Okay, so and Santu's question is the sub account free as part of your membership? Yes, it is, right? So there's a place inside of the membership. If you go through the onboarding course, just kind of go through the process of the onboarding course, and then you kind of watch a few videos, and then um, write me in support, and then we will uh, and then we can get you set up. Is Thinkific a sub account? No, not Thinkific. Thinkific is not part of the Ultimate Insider program. I've done a course on Thinkific, but no. Uh, can I sell printables on Thinkific and put my video courses in Teachable? Is it all right to split it in two platforms? I would not do that, and I would not do that not because it's going to confuse your clients. I would not do that because it confuse you. Um, I don't care how on top of things you are, right? You probably are. Uh, Putting things in two places, you run the risk of dealing with two sets of uh, just kind of two sets of policies for one purpose. Now, in this case, I would not necessarily split things up. I would go ahead and do this with Teachable or Thinkific, one or the other. If you're going to use this as a delivery platform, you're using it to deliver your product. Maybe you want to see if one is better than the other one in terms of delivering the whole experience. But I would not send people to a thinkable place for this and a teachable thing for this, right? Because yeah, I would really just use one place for delivery if you can. Now, obviously, if these are going to be two different customers and you don't want them to be in the same place, you don't want them to ever see that you're selling videos on this side and printables on the other side, then maybe, but in general, right? I would not send people to two different places, even if it's on your domain. I don't think that matters, right? I don't think it matters. I think it's just two different platforms. Um, my opinion, right? Which is why you asked me. You asked me for my opinion. No, I would not do that, right? Definitely not. What was the name of Thinkific? The name of Thinkific ties who would give a certification is called Accredible. Accredible, and let me see. Accredible is you spell it. I'll just kind of write it in. You can probably Google it. Let's see. Can I write this back? Let's see. Accredible. ACC Accredible. Right? So I sent that name out to, it's in the question box. Accredible is certification. And it ties directly to Thinkific. It may tie to Teachable too, but I know it ties to Thinkific. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Jim, there's no advanced course for the traffic course. Yes, actually there is, and I didn't realize that I had not delivered that to all the other insiders. I think I did that last night late, so it should be in your course inventory now. If it's not, if you go inside of the insider only member area, you can add it directly. So, so any insider that has the insider member course, you can go in there and add it. If not, I added manually last night late, right? So that's that. Okay, no, yeah. So the platform is if you go inside of the insider member area, Santu, if you go through the onboarding process, then I will set you up. It's called high level, right? And it's a sub account. And so you will be able to deliver your courses whatever there, videos, printables, whatever you want to deliver. There's no limit on the stuff. So um, yeah, and it's got a payment processor. So you can connect your payment processor there. I typically suggest that you do that separately, but you can. You can connect your payment processor to the platform. You can use that platform. Yep. Okay, yeah, so the master class is on traffic, Jim. Yep, it is now it should be in your course inventory. If you don't see it there, you can go to the insider member area and you can add it directly at no cost. Okay, you see it. Okay, great. So yeah, so Thinkific is not part of what we do. Is the advanced course of the traffic builder playbook? No, the advanced course should be in your course inventory. It's called DFY Live Masterclass on traffic building. So will ThriveCart work with your high-level sub account? It should. Right now, what you're going to have to do, Dana, is you're going to have to use a webhook, right? So you're going to have to connect it through a webhook. So in other words, person pays in ThriveCart, they get delivered to the platform in high level, your sub account, right? So regardless of what platform you use, you can deliver the product in the sub account. So you can use whatever you want. You would just have to have the webhook to tie to that. And the webhook I went through that process inside of the course where you would use what is it, Zapier to do that. Let's see, and let's see, Santu, should you not link Stripe or PayPal to high level? Here's what I would do. If you have I would use your current payment processor. So if let's say you're doing ThriveCart, what I would do is I would still process the payment using ThriveCart, and I would tie into the course platform using a webhook, right, directly. And I went through that process. If you look at the onboarding course, I went through that process where you're going to be using a separate process. Okay, so if you don't have a payment processor yet, you could use that. You could use it one. I tend to like to keep those things separate, right? So I would definitely keep it separate if you can, right? But you can use it. Well, why separate? Because first of all, for the sake of recruiting affiliates, that platform is not quite ready to be used to recruit affiliates. And so you could use something like Warrior Plus, you could use something like JVZoo. I would have my payment processed in a place where I could recruit affiliates very easily. And the Go High Level platform, as good as it is about a lot of things, it's not as robust in terms of I haven't even used Teachable in order to recruit affiliates. So for example, you'll probably notice that we still have most of our affiliate program with Warrior Plus, and that's really because I probably would not process um, that kind of payment through Teachable, right? So again, I would process the payments in a place where you can recruit affiliates, and you know that the affiliates are going to get paid, and the affiliates trust a buy button, right? So that is why I would say I would not necessarily process the payment there. I would deliver the product there, but I would not process the payment there. Right? Good question. All right. Any other questions? Yes, you can. Yep, you can collect payments, and for your courses and printables through your sub account. That is correct. Okay, yep. Santu says one more question. You can have two if you like. Uh, okay, any other questions? Santu is writing a question. If you have other questions. Dana, did I answer your question? Did my answer make sense, Dana? I know you said that you prefer members like you do with MemberSonic. Yes. I'm not sure what you're doing with MemberSonic, but okay, good. Thank you. Yep. Okay, any other questions? Okay. Yeah. So Santu was asking, you were thinking about the um, 52-week session. Yeah, that's part of your membership now, Santu. So if you go into um, your course inventory, that is now part of your membership. So it's there. Um, let's see, what would you, if you just type in new marketer workshop, look for the 52-week session. Yeah, so that you don't have to get that as the upsell. That's now part of your membership. So you can now get it. It's already part of a course. It's a course that's tied to your membership. So yes, you do have it. I think I don't remember anything with 31. I'm pretty sure it's 52. I think it is. So yeah, so it was a bump offer on our traffic builder playbook at the very beginning, and so the 52-week session is now part of your resources. Yeah, so yeah, it's part of your Santu. So it's part of your membership. So Jim's asking, when will I finish new marketing workshop? It's probably going to be um, I hope to be finished by December or January. So I'm really trying to get for I'm really shooting for December, right? Because I'd like to have it ready for the end of the year. But so that people can start the new year and they'll have all 365 videos. So that's my goal. Um, and if I stay on track and I do, let's say, 40 videos every month, then I will be 365 videos is a goal. That's correct. Yeah, so Santu is asking, let's see, the 52-week session, they were weekly, right? 52 weekly sessions, right? They were all recorded live. They are edited for PLR, so there are no personal references in them. And you can either use my voice or you can do them over yourself, right? So they're sort of made to go either way. But there are 52 of them, right? So yeah, you should have access to them as part of your membership. You're welcome. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, so Jim, yeah, so the goal is end of year. So I got to really stay on track though. And so, it's going to be a matter of me being disciplined enough to stay and do those specific 40 videos once a month. Yeah, no, I'm still going to be doing, and that's the difficult part. Yes, I will still be doing my regular courses, but this particular set uh, is different. You say that's crazy. uh, No, so Santu's the 52-week trainings are not necessarily for me to learn, but more for me to sell. I would not say that. I would say you should go through it. I would say that the way you want to sell it is that you go through it and do the process yourself. So I would start from the very beginning. I would actually go through each week Now, you don't have to do it a week at a time. You can do it faster, but they are really made for you to do. Because when I originally taught it, I taught it live. It was for our group. It was really for the Ultimate Insiders. So it was really designed for you to do. And so that's the way that I would teach it or sell it, is that I would go through the steps myself. And then based on the success that you have, then you tweak it and you go and you teach it, right? You teach it based on your experience, because you're not going to emphasize things that I found helpful. You emphasize the things that you want. So if you go through every session, for example, I talk about Dream 100. Well, you might feel like the Dream 100 is overkill. You might feel like, well, it's for your market, it makes more sense for you to for the person to do 25 people, 25 podcasters. That might be the thing you teach, right? And so if you do it that way, right, you go through it and you say, well, I don't really like that. I like this. I would go through this. I think that's like session number, I think it's like session number 7, right? Santu is like session number 7 of the New Marketer Workshop. Dream 100 is basically something that I know Russell Brunson talked about Russell Brunson talked about in Expert Secrets. He talked about the fact that you want to make a list of 100 people, divide them into these certain categories. You want to get them and you want to talk to them and build a relationship with them. Maybe get them on a podcast, and then start focusing on how you can serve those people, build your network that way. And so when you have those 100 people, that's how you sort of build your network. Right. Yeah. So you're always gonna you want to take everything and you want to teach it according to the people that are in your marketing funnel. Right. So you tweak everything. So I would never teach anything as is. Just like people say about I say about AI. Right. You don't need to do anything as is. You sort of teach it as you, especially the live stuff. Now the over the shoulder stuff, I would not mess with that. Right. Because quite frankly, I've done my research and I've done it so that you don't have to do that, right? You don't have to go, you don't have to come behind me, right? So if I I'm certain as everything I've taught you that's over the shoulder tutorial, you don't need to do any more research on that. The stuff that I do that's live, that's what you want to take and tweak and turn into your own content. And the way you do that is you watch it, and then once you watch it, you say, oh, I think that's a little overkill. Oh, that's not enough of this. I'm going to add to this. I'm going to teach this my own way. Right? So yes, so the short answer to your question is the 52-week session, I would go through it. I would do it, right? I would do it. And then when you do it, you'll say, this is my discovery. Now, when I teach this, I'm going to do it. Because if you do this the right way, let's say you do this the right way. Let's say you actually do all 52 sessions. Well, that's what your book is going to be about. That's what you write your book. You will have this experience that you then say that it will all be your own experience. It'll all be your own teaching. It'll all be your own training. It'll be all stuff you did. Well, that's what you write your book about, because that'll be your core principles. Yeah. So what I'm saying, right? So the over the shoulder stuff, I would not mess with that, right? I've done those so you don't have to mess with that. The live stuff is for you to mess with, right? That's for you to use. That's for you to tweak. That's for you to do over if you want. Now, I do it without personal references in case people don't want to teach live. I know a lot of people, they don't want to teach live. I get, and that's fine. They can just use my voice and just let it run, right? But if you if you're comfortable and you want it to be associated with your own voice, then you teach it over based on your own experience. Right? Good question. Okay, any other questions? Let's see, let's see what my, okay. So, if you are not an Ultimate Insider, you can still get our Chat GPT plugins course at theplrshow.com/new. Make sure you pick that up. And what I will also say is, okay, so I'm not going to go through all that stuff right now. We've gone through questions. Once again, our Chat GPT plugin course, if you don't want to use the link, you can use it there. Okay, so I think that's about it. Let me see if I got any more questions here. Okay, so Jim's question is the plugins course a new course? That's actually New Marketer Workshop, New Marketer Workshop Volume 4 that I just delivered to you. Right. So if you're an Ultimate Insider, you already have this course, Jim. I just did. So that's part of your course inventory. That's Volume 4. Right. So I did a basic level, an advanced level, and so that's in your course inventory now. Right. It's a bonus. Okay. And let's see. So is there anyone here is there anyone here who serves parent entrepreneurs or would like to speak at a summit? You know, Santu, what I would do is I would post that to the insider forum, right? So you can put that question out there. And yeah, if you look inside of the member course area, there should be a link there. Right. Yeah. No worries. Right. So yeah. So if you go to the Insider Member Course area, there should be a link there for you to sign up for the Insider portion of the community. Now, just so that you'll know, um, it's probably going to say the community. I'm probably going to move the Insiders to um, the Teachable. If Teachable's thing works out, I'm probably going to move the Insiders to there. No, I don't do Facebook. I don't. I don't like Facebook. I don't like Facebook. So no, I don't do anything on Facebook anymore. I probably should. I did probably a lot of people here. I'm probably missing some stuff, but man, it just stresses me out. Uh, for a lot of reasons. Okay, everybody. Well, it's going on. It's going on 8, and well, yeah. So no. So Jim's asking, am I going to move? I'm just going to move just the insiders to Teachable. Probably. I think I am. So I'm going to keep that community, but it's going to be for the entire PLR show group. But just our private conversations for Ultimate Insiders, as soon as they give me a way so that I can kind of keep it separate, it's going to be inside of Teachable probably. So just our private conversations for Ultimate Insiders, I'm going to move that to Teachable. We're not really doing a lot privately, but I'm going to keep probably I'm going to keep the community-wide community at in circle, right? No, that's the right URL, Santu. That's the right one, right? That is the right URL. Okay, everybody. Well, I'll tell you what. I appreciate you all being out here. You could have done anything else on a Saturday night, but you chose to spend it with me, and I want you to know that I appreciate it. And anything I can do to assist you in building your business, I want to do. So, with that, thanks very much for hanging out with me here tonight. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.